God, I did not turn that on. Turn it on. On. Mute. Okay. Okay. Hi, you guys. Good evening. Mel, Dum, Two, Marby, Ocean, Pammy, Lisa, Marie, Ocean, Rita. Look at all you guys. Bunny. Wow. Yeah. I hope it's good. I had to leave the house when I heard the announcement about the appeal. And I had to go by the fire pit and gather myself together. Today has been a really kind of shaky, it's been quite the day. Hi, Jim, Dave, Pammy, Sue. So clearly my aim tonight is to get directly to, and my stuff is coming apart here. And my goal is to get directly to this. So, and it's another Monday. I wasn't planning to go live. But can you tell it's eclipse weather yet? Okay, first, I just want to talk about this eclipse weather that is upon us. I made the mistake of taking off my Crazy Lace Agate, or agates, I don't know how you're supposed to say these rocks, taking these bracelets off. Okay, I don't know what's in these stones, but they're really kind of magical. These agates, I don't know how you're supposed to say them, they come from a very specific place in Mexico. The crystal structure in the rocks themselves make this really incredible pattern that is like swirling. They just look kind of like a kaleidoscope. And the thought is that somehow the mineral in here, because of its movement and always moving around, is that somehow, for me as a fixed sign, and I also have my Saturn in Taurus, which is super stubborn and super fixed, earthy, is, for myself, I'll describe it, that fixed signs can get stuck. They get something on their mind and they keep going and going and going, and they don't stop. And it's hard sometimes to really shift out of that energy to the point where it might feel like it has a grip on you and it's pulling you down like quicksand. This somehow counters that, where you can stay and fixed in doing something, but it's like you don't feel the weight of it pulling you down. In fact, it keeps you lighter, it keeps you moving, and they say it's the laughter stone that it makes people. This does make me feel like my sense of humor is easily accessible. So I got these two other ones. You can tell they're smaller, they're lighter in color. They're not as effective as this one. I just bought this at the grocery store, at the Whole Foods, and I wish I could find another one. I had no idea. I just thought, oh, my hand liked the feel of it. So I will start searching some more, but it seems to me, for myself, the darker, larger, the dark browns, that this is very much a Taurian, earthy, Capricorny colors going on here, and that's kind of where my Saturn is in an earth sign. So I am wearing these bracelets through this eclipse because this morning I woke up. Some of you, I don't know if your bones were hurting at all today with the way the moon was positioned this morning with Saturn retrograde turning inward. And then Uranus there as well. I was having extreme bone pain because this whole setup was also triggering my natal Saturn and my Mercury. The only way I can describe it is I felt like my hands had an awful migraine. In fact, I was grabbing for my migraine medicine and I started putting it on my hands, and my hands felt a little bit more relief from that homeopathic stuff that I have. And then as soon as the transit went away, they don't hurt, but my hands, I couldn't move them. They were swollen. They felt like they had migraines. It was so weird. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. We have this eclipse early in the morning on Wednesday, and it's you can really kind of feel the surge going on beneath it. There's one correction I want to make from my BULLSEYE reading I did the other night. Let me grab my Saturn-Pluto chart. Oh, where is it? It was right here. It was right here. Okay, so I was talking about a chart in that last reading because of the way Mars is in Cancer, that as it was going over the midheaven, things were going to spill over into the skies of Washington, D.C. I didn't have my chart with me. That Cancer was actually at the bottom of the chart. So instead of things spilling over D.C., what we have instead, it's like having a flood. So we can't, from where we are, really see a flood going on in Washington, D.C., but I could feel something get pierced the other day, and it feels like a growing, floody, muddy swamp there. And so what happens now is that as Mars goes this way, it triggers all of this stuff in the skies over D.C. So we're just seeing glimpses of this, like we did tonight with this unappealing, about releasing that memo. Now, that was quite a shock to the system. Very shocking to the system. Basically, there's two parts to that memo. One part they want released. The second part they don't want released. That's what I'm going to read on tonight. Why not the second part? But tonight, when I went out to the fire pit trying to wrap my head around this and then looking for my bracelet, it's like I was just kind of waiting for a message, but I could still feel how angry I was, because these energies today just really had me in a weird space that I wasn't expecting. That's why I'm not going to take this off. But being at the fire pit, it was like Spirit wouldn't let me see anything. Everything was tight-lipped. And so I just was being still and trying to ponder other things and separating things out that where I should be upset, where I shouldn't be upset. And trying to, break down the reaction. What's real, what's not real. Yeah, I'm exhausted. We're all pissed off, but I'm like, who says we have the right for comfort throughout all this? We fought so hard to get our democracy back, but you know what? Someone else, the other side, wants all-out war. They're not going to play nice, but even though we're ready to, because we did, well, they won't. They won't. They won't ever. They won't stop until they're stopped. So then as I started thinking about some more things, then I started getting an image of people rising up in silence. I tuned into President Biden, and this is an image of him I haven't seen in a long time. I just saw this like in the early days where I would just see him still gazing upon a point in the distance with steely resolve and not taking his eyes off the target at all. And then same with VP Harris. She's just mouth closed, just kind of a smile and nodding. But I can't see anything beyond President Biden and that look And I was like, oh, this feels like a judgment. And then I was trying to tune into Ruth Bader Ginsburg and John Lewis and Elijah Cummings and so many people that passed away, and none of them were looking at me. It was like they were all getting up and standing up from their chairs and looking at something and rising and walking to a point to watch. But there were so many of them getting up, and like almost to the point like where I'm like wanting to turn around and look behind me at like what everyone's looking at. And then that's when I got the image of the movie The Endgame, the Avengers movie Endgame. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's basically the endgame between, good and evil. And it's like this very last scene that if the one thing doesn't happen, humanity, the world, the galaxies, everywhere are gone. Everything evaporates in an instant. So this is serious business. And so I was just seeing a lot of people there standing with resolve and staring. So then I was like, oh, this is where we are. This is kind of a judgment. This is that one last little thing. And then I was seeing President Biden, seeing that Four of Cups card, like last call, final offer type of thing. And then I suddenly felt grateful for Attorney General Garland, that being on the precipice of something so delicate, to have the perspective and the resolve to do something unappealing that perhaps the former guy, they would have just skipped over and went straight to something else. Why don't we? Well, because the former guy and all the former guy Jolios, his peanut gallery, are going to follow his lead and appeal the crap and delay everything. That's how tight this game is. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. On the Twitter, I found that video on Avengers EndGame. It's like 2.5 minutes. It's really good because all the final characters show up, and you see Beto O'Rourke come in, you see Gretchen Whitmer and Nancy, and like everybody, all the good guys, Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, all of them. It's really, it's so good. But that, I feel like that's kind of where we are too right now. This eclipse weather takes us back to a year ago. A year ago, with so much uncertainty and upheaval. And a year ago, the universe is kind of saying, we haven't really gotten to plan that far in advance in all of our lives. We've just been kind of moment by moment by moment. But the universe is saying, really? Are you really in for this? Or are you just going to slide? Because I'm here to remind you there's work that still has to be done. And if you don't know what that is, you better get on it and up your game and start getting your focus and vision out there. Because we've been so much in the moment in our battles, it's been really hard to see longer term and into the future. And we have to be as much devoted to that on all levels as we are winning each battle along the way. And it is freaking exhausting. It absolutely is. Let me check in with you guys. Okay, so that was just very shocking news. I'm just trying to bring up really quickly about what exactly happened with Garland. Oh, yeah, great. And now the word triggered, hashtag triggered, is trending. So you guys, tomorrow the news is going to be gross. The digital armies are going to be calling everyone snowflakes. And don't be surprised if you hear, I was totally exonerated type of deal. So Garland and the Justice Department appealed the release of that memo. They need some extra time. And the way Lawrence O'Donnell was talking about it, it sounded like complete, total appeal. And then they got some more clarification. I'm glad that he was speaking with Congressman Schiff in that moment. But since he went off the air, or since I left the house and went to the fire pit, we found out there's two parts of the memo. One they want redacted. The other one they do not want redacted. So that's what I want to look at. I want to make sure I talked. Okay. Let's just look at some cards first. Okay. I do want to show one thing on the chart to you. This is the bottom of the chart. This is the fulcrum the world is balancing on in Washington, D.C. When the news came out about the appeal to that memo, the moon was right here. Saturn is right here. These both are equidistant from the bottom of the chart. Saturn, authority, it's retrograde, it's turned in. We're reevaluating this. Here's the moon when Garland made that decision. Everything that comes out of this, it's almost like if he makes the wrong move, this whole thing falls apart. So it's making sure we have our footing on every single point and we don't lose our footing. We don't have to go and redo something, because having to redo something is going to interfere with 2022 and 2024. This, as annoying as it is, keeps our balance. So I have no idea what this memo says. The memo has to do with Bill Barr's reason for not charging Donald with obstruction of justice. For some reason, Bill Barr referenced something that made it so that Donald was not guilty of obstructing justice, when he totally and completely was. So, you know what? I don't want to use these. Right, we have these, and I don't know if my steampunk tarot has a yes no in it, because I am feeling the need. Ooh, look at that. That is the Emperor. I'm feeling the need for a yes no card. I don't know if I designated that for this deck. No, we're gonna use this other one. This one has some extra cards that are more like paintings by the artist, but I still find that they're very interesting when you're looking at these things. So, okay, we'll use this one. How are you guys doing? Clarence Fields, Garland got this. He does. It took me a while to get there. Hi, good morning, Good Samaritan. Bonnie Douglas, former KGB agent, saying that 45 was a part of their cause for some. He absolutely was. Absolutely was. And then there's all this talk about Constantine today. I just thought that was weird because I did that part 1 and part 2, Mike Flynn, last night. And the second one, Spirit was like, check out Flynn and Constantine. So, Nancy memo. Bad company thinks Barr flips or else committed perjury. Very interesting. Hi, Pauline Cypress. Okay, so bad, B-A-D-D, company. I think he spells it C-O-M-P-A-N-I. He's on Twitter. That's his handle. He's in the Portland, Oregon area. He usually is really good with his insights. Tarot, show me the memo. Where am I putting the Department of Justice and Bill Barr and the appeal? We're going to put the appeal up here because that's what we're all seeing and freaking out about. This is the Department of Justice. Oh, okay. This is the desired outcome. So this is why we had to take a side step, because here's the desired outcome. That's all. Bill Barr. He flips. He doesn't flip. Oh boy, we've got a lot going on here. Okay, I need to write this one down because I know I'm going to get in the middle of this and I'm going to be like, what does this mean? Where's my thing? Here it is. Okay, so this is what I just did. We have DOJ. Appeal. This is the memo. Desired outcome. And then we have Bill Barr. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. That's what this is. On the bottom here, ooh, strength. I like seeing a strong card, a strength card with our Department of Justice, the appeal, Bill Barr. This is strong for so many reasons. It's a strong decision, and there's a lot of rusher strength in here. Ten of Wands reversed. This is getting relief. Relief from this big monstrosity of a case. There's the memo. Barr's memo on why Donald was innocent of obstructing justice. Whatever reason that was. Here's your Department of Justice. The devil reversed. Now, Bill Barr has come up, I don't know how many times for me, as the devil, as has Donald. Yesterday it was Mike Flynn and Constantine. This is the devil here. We are in lockstep like a ball and chain with this whole crappy old 45 former guys DOJ. This is a different Department of Justice covered in, see, look at this. This is one of those paintings. So it's covered in socializing, quid pro quo. I'll do this for me, you do that for me. This is like a secret back channel agreement. No more. No more. We don't do that anymore. We're breaking this apart. This is also kind of, I got Bill Barr guiding Donald, holding his hand through this maze of nonsense. Nope. Not going to do that. So that's the Department of Justice. Down here, this is the memo, the Bill Barr memo. Unconventional, Department of Justice. Unorthodox, no rules. Free for all. I make up the rules as I go, because I said so. That Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles, this is a memo. For me, queens are nations. I can't imagine that this is another woman covering that memo. Oh, is this the judge who ordered Amy, that's not her name, Berman Jackson. You know who I'm talking about. Is that the judge? I would expect her with swords, but this is pentacles. Who is this? Balancing this one step at a time. Angry King Wands. Part of fortune timing. I think that's I think the rusher had some input here. This is the value. This is the value, the opinion piece. Whatever it is in that memo. This over here now. This is the appeal that came in tonight. We want part 1 redacted, part 2, page 2, no. The 5 of Cups. Disappointment. How do I solve this problem? Look at this. 3 cups down, 2 cups up. Redacted, unredacted. I'm going to put in a request. The Knight of Pentacles. Reversed. I don't want the whole thing. Partial. This is the only way I can solve this problem. I've thought about it and contemplated it. Disappointment, contemplation. Meet me halfway. This is what I want. And so then, this is the desired outcome. Oh, a 2 of Wands. This is like a clearing the way. Please proceed. We have step 1 done, the Ace of Wands. This step 2. Then nothing can now come in between step 1 and step 2. So the Department of Justice then relates to this memo. Oh, there's my no card. No. It's not a total no. It's like, nah, I don't know. What else do you want with that no? No what? Here's another one of these images. This is waiting. This is meditating. This is let me sleep on it. No, I don't really buy this bullshittery fantasy land that you have. Not really. No, and I can't say bullshittery is the Department of Justice. There's some things working, some not. This is really weird. So I'm going to have an appeal here. Here's the appeal. I got some news. I have something I want to say. Listen to me. And this step relates to the desired outcome. Oh, we want to make a judgment. This is a really, really powerful, strong judgment. Had they gone this route to the final, to the desired outcome, they had hello, appeal. Think about this. What about this? What about? And here comes the bullying and the black man, blah, 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 blah. These are such vastly different cards. I would much rather be at the point of strength with this judgment than strength with this measly, gross, warm beer drink. Right? Okay, so this is a desired outcome because ultimately this goes to Bill Barr. Bill Barr. Oh. Eight of Pentacles, his craft. He got caught. Can't reinvent shit. Can't. Nope. Can't do it over. We have all the evidence on what you did and what you said. Be sure to speak the truth. Choose your words wisely because what's covering him, the Three of Wands. Yeah, he put it out there. It was working out. This is how we do it. Reversed. The commerce. We have receipts. We have receipts. So we've got this plan. We wanted to get to this point of this plan. You can't make stuff up. This relates to one another because of the Justice Department. We want justice. So from this point of strength that the Justice Department now has, here, staring him, and those beady eyes, what you gonna do? Flip? Dun, dun, dun! Flip? Are you gonna flip? I don't know. That sun is pretty powerful. It looks pretty majestic. Don't flip. Shared celebration. The Six Wands mob. Reversed. Don't flip. You're going to be cooked like a goose with all these yahoos. Maybe it is for him to flip. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? How you guys doing? Yes, my word, bullshittery. Yes, a lot of bullshittery. Okay. So does that looks good to me. It looks good for me. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to look at that memo part 1 and part 2 because I'm so nosy. I want to know what that part 2 is. Okie doke. So here we go. Let me erase this. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Just doing that reading, I feel so much better about this. I'm gonna keep this handy. So there's a part 1, part 2. Oh, part 1, part 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the part 2, this is my imaginary line. Part 1, part 2. Oh, yes. Okay. So we have the memo. That memo, the full memo, part 1, part 2. The full memo. Oh, goodness, Marjorie. I'm very worried about that with the Congo. I've been looking at their chart, and it is not good. That's another country I would like to have a redo on their constitution and their horoscope. And I thought it was things were going to get worse, and apparently they have. I would also like to change the horoscope for Palestine. I would also like to change the chart for the North Korea. Just my opinion. Okay, actually we're gonna go part 1. The memo, part 1 and part 2. I'm not straight. Let me straighten out here. How does this work? I don't want that. Sorry, just a second. Well, this is gonna have to do. Okay. Show me, I want to see the memo. The memo, part 1, part 2. Here's the memo. This is show me part 1 that they want redacted. Show me part 2, they don't want redacted. Keep it as. I want to know what's in this memo that relates to part 1 and part 2, what we can see and not see. So this is important. And unredacted, this thing looks like. Part 2, we're not supposed to see. It relates to this. The next thing in this memo that will be redacted that will still be hidden. Oh no, okay. Gosh, sorry, I'm getting strange texts. Okay, and then the third thing, this is redacted. I just got a text that our cat is in heat. She's never been in heat. What am I supposed to do about that, right? I mean, now I'm totally distracted. I should not have even looked at that. I'm just going to turn it over. Ah. Okay, part 2 that we won't see. Now, and I'm sorry, I got you all thinking about it now too. Okay. The memo. The action Bill Barr, as a knight to Don Julio, was taking the King of Pentacles, Donald. This is what I'm going to do for you. It's weird because I was out at the fire pit tonight thinking about this 4 of Cups as blackmail. All the blackmail that's out there that they all hold over each other. So this memo and all of its parts. Oh, the magician, Bill Barr, magically wrote this memo. And it had this in here. Oh, it took 2 parts of the law, 2 things that were not supposed to go together, and mixed it all together to make something that would work for them. And in this memo, he also, the Trump crime syndicate, made Donald's wishes come true, helped himself along with whatever he wanted. And the point 3 of this memo, we've got trying to delay the absolute inevitable. Yeah, they got a big problem. So in relation to these things, the part 1 of the memo that's going to be redacted, holy crap, the 7 of Swords, stealing something. Forfeiture. This is forfeiture. Holy, I just didn't even know what to expect from there. What are they forfeiting? I already need clarifiers. What's the 7 of Swords reverse have to do with? The white. Oh. Forfeiting the White House judgments and good news. So this was creating the news that they needed so they would not have to forfeit the White House? Forfeiture. He could. This is forfeiting the rules. This is getting rid of the rules. That's what that is. This is getting rid of the rules so they could get what they wanted. And what else is going to be unredacted? Yeah, because Bill Barr magically forfeited the rules. And this first point about how he took different parts of a law, maybe they weren't even law. Maybe they were just pseudo-law, because temperance has to do with the ninth house of law, lands far away, philosophy. He just totally crapped on it. And what will be redacted about that is the truth. The assault of the truth. I need another. My aces always require another card, so I can tell what this is exactly about. He took the Ace of Swords covered. He was fighting the truth. He was obstructing the truth. That's what should be redacted. How he took two faux rules to obstruct the truth, forfeited the, holy shit, this mofo. Okay, moving on. The Nine of Cups in this memo. Help themselves, help Donald, Trump crime syndicate, blah, blah, blah. It's how he balanced these efforts going back and forth between who? Between what two things? What are these two pentacles? A balancing job between the speed at which things were happening and the King of Wands, angry Putin. The King. I also feel like this might be Adam Schiff, because Adam Schiff I think this is Adam Schiff threatening, because people are talking about treason and betrayal, because everything was coming in so quickly. He's getting threats. Things are hunky-dory with Don Julio. Is this Adam Schiff? Yeah, that is Adam Schiff. A comfortably sitting congressman. Okay, so that's going to be unredacted, the speed at which he acted because of the things that were coming out, people pissed off. The third point in this memo that will be redacted, all that crap he ignored. This is supposed to be an investment in our rules and our laws. All the shit that Donald did multiple times obstructing justice. What is this about? Multiple times. He did this, he did that. Can't get a... Yeah, everybody's watching. We saw you do that. What are you going to do, Justice Department? He's This is Americans. America is watching, pissed off. We see how many times this happens, and that's probably going to be documented in there. So this part 2 that will remain redacted for entertainment purposes only. We have, this mofo. This shouldn't even say, this needs to be changed to the mofo, not moon. All this crap they keep doing. And the thing is, oh my. Two things about this card. With the moon, you're working on something towards a goal. It's not quite there yet. Like the lunations and the seasons, you have to work on timing. Things have to work themselves out. It takes a lot of grit to get where you need to go. And implicitly, This is an eclipse. We've got the sun and the moon. The moon is getting eclipsed by the sun, a total, yeah, the sun getting it, the moon getting eclipsed. We have a super moon eclipse. So all this outrage that has built up, because remember, Bill Barr did not come on the scene until February 14th, 2018. It was a year. Yeah, he was a full year later that he came onto the scene. And we had to have a shutdown because of the wall. It wasn't because of the wall. It was because they needed to install a new attorney general. So this stuff built up for a long time. This has to do with the secret talks, the secret discussions for Donald to hang on. Yeah, see, I wrote yes there. That's a yes card. Yes, what? Yes. King of Swords, Bill Barr. So this part is going to be redacted. This part is about Bill Barr. I think this is about Bill Barr. Woo! Look what's under here. Lovers. Bill behind bars. Leave those there so I don't forget. So in this memo, this first part, that will be unredacted, how the truth was obstructed, crappy ideas, but what remains redacted is, this is my spy card. This is impulsive. This is kind of running roughshod. Is this about Bill Barr? Donald making an offer to him to stop justice. This part is redacted. How Donald made him offers to stop the Justice Department from being on his hiney. Oh, bad company might be right. Okay, so this is the next part, the second part, that has to do with the Trump Crime Syndicate, those yahoos, keeping balance with the speed in which things were coming, and like King of Wands, like Adam Schiff, threatening, saying, hello, treason. This part remains redacted. Upper Page of Wands. Well, this is some bad news. This Page of Wands, though, this is also my card for like news you're getting from overseas, because like there's the desert. There's some bad news. What's this bad news? Stop Donald from, or else. Stop Donald with this. Stop him from becoming the fool and defend him. Was some news he got from overseas. Really? Who gave such news? The timing. This is very much a Putin-Trump card. Who else said so? The Empress. Mother effing Mother Russia threatened Bill Barr, in my humble opinion. You better do this or else. That part is going to stay redacted. Whew. This third part of the memo, we will find out about all the crap, how many times he obstructed, how many this, how many that, la 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 la. What's going to remain redacted, is something very anxiety-provoking, something that nightmares is made of. That's interesting because who is this Nine of Swords for? Oh boy. The hand that holds the power. Bill behind bars is the one that holds the power. a final settlement, a final decision, a sanction. I think this is like his last chance. This Nine of Swords. This is, who is this about? This Nine of Swords. What's happening to this person? What happened to what happened here? This Nine of Swords, what happened here? There's that freaking Seven of Cups again. This came up with Mike Flynn this week. It came up with Susan Collins, Mike Flynn, and Constantine. This is showing up all over the place. Page of Cups reverse. I just had Papadopoulos just popped in my mind. And Carter Page, Facebook, Zuckerberg. A nightmare. And go back. What's crowning this? A decision has already been made, transmitting. And I think this is like the transnational mafia nightmare. The nightmare of them involved in this point that is redacted. So that's kind of juicy. I guess if we'll just take page 1, this part, and be done because it gives such a strong case. I'm going to take it. That makes me feel a lot better. What do you guys think? Oh, very little. Shh, it's not buffering. How about that? Okay, so I think I feel good with that. I think there was something else I wanted to show you, because this was a quarter moon. When that not appeal came through, I wanted to go back and look what we had here. So the tarot chose the card, the Grand Trine Blessings. But we have a Three of Cups reversed. Kind of a change in mind in what we're doing, the Three of Cups. We've got the Department of Justice, Attorney. We've got Bill Barr, DOJ, and the judge. Three of Cups reversed. Attorney General Garland, he picked the Sun upright here. And then the Department of Justice had the Wheel of Fortune. So what they're doing right now is very on par. Very smart. When we look at Don Julio in the same position at Bedminster when this happened, he has the 6th house of routine here reversed. There was a reverse action. He has the Knight of Cups reversed. That's interesting. The Knight of Cups reversed. What does that mean? Oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. The Knight of Cups reversed. Why does he have the Knight of Cups reversed? He thought he was in the clear. This is a nightmare. This is turning into a nightmare because the truth is gonna kill him. Is gonna do him in. Last week when I did this quarter moon, I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, cards for each day. We had the King of Swords came up today. That was Attorney General Garland. I forgot what I didn't write down Tuesday and Wednesday. What did Donald have? Mike Flynn crying had the Star here. Kalimnik and Flynn had the Devil here. BARBLEDEEN. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Swords. BarbleDEEN. I'm going to talk about her. So she was the staffer to ChuckGrassley. I'm just going to start shuffling. I have been all over her. She has made me very, very angry. So BarbleDEEN, Ledeen, she retired early. I had no idea until her name surfaced in the news again. She was a staffer for ChuckGrassley. She was always tweeting stuff about General Flynn, this great guy, repeating QAnon stuff everywhere, supporting, like, just the grossest, ugliest stuff. It's like, you're a staffer and you behave like this on Twitter. I know that this is your own private speech, but my God, she was such a cheerleader. ChuckGrassley staffer. And she is the one that handled the questions somehow, and I forget how I know this. She, I think, knows somebody on the other side with the Senate Judicial Committee. Somehow, she was able to get the questions for Brett Kavanaugh ahead of time. I don't know how she did that. But, so she's not a nice person. She's not good. But what blew me away was last week, her name came up in the paper because she was cooperating and sharing all kinds of information within investigations, and she had retired early. I'm like, holy cow, that is a major switch. And she kept coming up as the Queen of Swords and having an agreement with the Queen of Swords. So you know what? Since we're just talking about her, Tarot, can you show me BarbleDEEN? Show me BarbleDEEN. Her unavoidable ending. What is she covered in? She got caught. She got caught doing crap in her challenge. She can't just sit by and be quiet and not act. Those Four of Swords, that is intelligence, that is justice, has got her, it's like right there, right at her neck. She's feeling the heat of this. What's at the basis of her trying to prolong and avoid a total ending here? The Queen of Wands. Could this has to be the Russia. This is a different nation that she takes leadership cues from. What happened with the Queen of Wands? The King of Wands and the Three of Cups elections and the mafia. Yeah. And this could also be, well, it would not be Brett Kavanaugh. No, she's facing the heat because at the basis of this is what she did with a foreign nation and their leadership and Mike Flynn. What's crowning BarbleDEEN? There you go. Four of Cups. She's got some offers going on here. Well, what kind of offers does she have? She has offers from... I just, like, immediately saw the Justice Department, Attorney General Merrick Garland, but also other judges, other courts, and the past, and then, like, Bill Barr, the administration. There you go. The King of Swords. What she did in the past related to conspiracies and elections. I am so not surprised to see this with her. What happened in the past, BarbleDEEN? The Ace of Cups. Something she really wanted, some type of op, perhaps maybe from the Russia covered in, there you go, Putin. She was totally involved. Which has led to what now for her? There's the Seven of Cups. This is the Seven of Cups that was showing up with, okay. Is this the Seven of Cups? Which way does this go? Does this relate to Mike Flynn? Money laundering, data laundering. Does this relate to Susan Collins? Oops. Does this relate to Susan Collins? Defenses. How does this relate to MAGA? She's very MAGA-y. Forfeiture, stealing. She couldn't anymore. How does this relate to Donald Trump? A sealed indictment. Oh boy. Yeah, she is an important player. Okay, so it led to the Seven of Cups. I think she's the one related to why Mike Flynn was crying. And in the distant future, farther out, she has judgments. She has judgments coming to her. Why? How do you see BarbaraPhillips? She's done. She's totally done. She has no hope. Maybe a little bit. But yeah, she is done. The reason why there's a delay in her judgment is because she's trying to help fill in the gaps. Here, what is Ladine Hope? She gets everything she needs from the past. She covers all her bases. She fears an offer. She fears oh. She fears Donald. I feel like that's Donald. She fears him. That he would be indicted. That he would get a new start. She fears she might have to get a new... I'm not so sure what this means. I feel like it's a little bit of Donald. I feel like it's a little bit of her. Or maybe she didn't get enough and the government is still in chaos. What's your next steps, Barb? Because you retired. She retired early. Her next step, she's going to let out all the Russia secrets. Her final outcome. Timing. All the timing of everything. She's got intel is all over her. She is getting hit hard with action she has to take because it's the end. It's the end. It's the end. Too bad, so sad, right? And you know, and I don't think, so then when I read on her, and then I read on, you know, the icky senators, you know, like Rand Paul, Marco, blah, 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 Rick Scott. I got the impression that like BarbaraPhillips or like people like her, they have no idea that like someone else is cooperating behind the scenes. So that's that. So, okay, I feel much better. I am going to wrap it up here. Okay. Wear your crazy lace agates, you guys. I hope that helped. I feel so much better about all that. Have a great day. Take it easy. You still have a Scorpio moon. This full moon eclipse is coming up in the wee hours of Wednesday. I will see you before then. But have a great evening, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Nancy Lee. Thank you, Bonnie Douglas. Okay. Bye, Laura. Bye, Deb. Give her catnip. We'll do that. Thank you, Deb. Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you, Walk by Faith. Thank you, moderators. We'll see you soon. Okay. Good night.